Are you looking for 10 best things to do in Acadia National Park? Whether you are trekking up Cadillac Mountain, hiding out on Sand Beach, or simply using alongside Park Loop Road, Acadia's sites are all approximately playing the excellent outdoors. Adventurous sports are ample, and while the season permits, leaf-peeping and a huge variety of iciness sports activities also are famous. For the greater leisure in search of traveler, herbal phenomena like Otter Cliff and Thunder Hole are because the fields through picturesque Jordan Pond offer the proper region to unfold a day picnic and experience the easy pleasures of Maine. Here is the list of 10 best things to do in Acadia National Park. 1. Cadillac Mountain. Standing approximately 530 feet in height, Cadillac Mountain wins quite a few superlatives. Not best is it the tallest mountain within the park. However, it is the tallest mountain at the North Atlantic seaboard. Whether you hike up the Cadillac Summit Loop Trail or pressure up the 3.5-mile slender get right of entry to Avenue, pass early as the best appeal within the park that may be reached through car. Cadillac has a tendency to attract crowds. If you do arrive through car, you ought to pressure slowly, in particular because the roadside cliffs get steep. Along the street, you will discover numerous small statement areas. Take gain of these earlier than you attain the pinnacle, in which the crowds and excursion buses congregate. For the final vistas, set your alarm clock and try and trap a dawn right here. Cadillac Mountain is the primary factor of the USA to greet the growing sun's rays from early October to early March, and site visitors guarantee its miles a wonderful sight to peer. While latest vacationers stated a ride to Acadia is not whole without a forestall at Cadillac Mountain. In addition, they suggested the region receives crowded even within the early morning hours. If you are traveling for the duration of the iciness months, you should hike the Cadillac Summit Loop Trail. The park closes down the get right of entry to Avenue for the iciness season. Pack blankets and keep on for your hats, too, because it receives less warm as you ascend. 2. Park Loop Road. Park site visitors agree. Using alongside the 27-mile Park Loop Road is the fine manner to do a short excursion of Acadia. Popular points of interest and trails like Sand Beach, Thunder Hole, and Otter Cliff can all be reached from right here. Just begin your trek on the Hulls Cove Visitors Center, then snake your manner across the east aspect of Mount Desert Island. Public restrooms also are scattered alongside the loop. However, with the shortage of concession stands and eateries, it is likely clever to present your very own lunch. Also preserve in thoughts that for a majority of the 27 miles, the loop's visitors is going one manner, with a 2D lane furnished for site visitors to park and take with inside the view close to Wildwood Stables. Recent vacationers additionally advocated beginning your pressure early within the morning, as the street has a tendency to get congested with vacationers because the day is going on. In particular within the busy summertime season months. Some reviewers additionally stated that mobile lure provider changed into spotty, so make certain you choose up a map on the site visitors middle earlier than you begin your pressure if your GPS cuts out alongside the manor. 3. Jordan Pond. Both the Jordan Pond Nature Trail and the Jordan Pond Shore Trail spill out to the picturesque and exceptional respite. This is Jordan Pond. Pick your poison, and on the stop, you will discover crystal clean waters that reflect the encircling mountains. The close by Jordan Pond House restaurant serves soups, lobster rolls, and its signature popovers and tea. Recent vacationers had been similarly inspired with the eating place's menu as they had been with the wonderful surroundings. They additionally favored the eating place's kid-pleasant atmosphere. However, site visitors warned that the eating place can get very crowded round lunchtime, in particular within the summertime season. If you do not need to attend lengthy for a table, strive attending to the eating place early. If you may time your hike accordingly, you may additionally make reservations through calling the eating place. And while you are geared up to transport on the perpendicular trail, in addition to a handful of different paths, begin with inside the region. If fuel is an alternative pressure right here, then hike. The eating place has its very own automobile parking space. However, area is restricted. You can get right of entry to the automobile parking space from Park Loop Road. You also can arrive through the Island Explorer Shuttle Route No. 5 stops right here. 4. Schoodic Point. As the best part of Acadia National Park, this is without a doubt placed at the mainland. Schoodic Point is not as effortlessly handy as a number of the park's different principal sites, but this is exactly why latest vacationers located this region so special. Much like Mount Desert Island, Schoodic Point consists of a craggy coastline, granite headlands, and spruce fir forests. But not like the island, its eliminated vicinity lends a sense of secluded intimacy. Located approximately an hour's pressure northeast from Bar Harbor, Schoodic Point is possibly recognized for the crashing surf that explodes in opposition to its rocks. When you are now no longer admiring the waves, appearance to the west for superb perspectives of Cadillac Mountain. Most site visitors park themselves in seashore chairs to take with inside the nature show. However, there are lots of different activities right here as well. There are 7 trekking trails: the Schoodic Head Trail, Anvil Trail, and East Trail lead hikers via spruce fir forests to pine woodlands on the pinnacle of Schoodic Head. The much less strenuous Alder Trail publication site visitors via a shrubland, at the same time as leisurely Sundew Trail brings them alongside the coast to the Schoodic Education and Research Center. If your legs want a wreck from all of the climbing, sit on the Fraser Point picnic region. It gives tables, hearth place rings, water fountains, restrooms, and a dock. 5. Base Harbor Head Lighthouse. If you need to revel in a lovely dawn without the crowds of Cadillac Mountain, head to the Base Harbor Head Lighthouse. This lighthouse changed into built with inside the overdue 1,800 seconds, and is taken into consideration one of the maximum picturesque lighthouses in all of Maine. It's owned and operated through the U.S. Coast Guard, and is the best lighthouse on Mount Desert Island. Access with inside the lighthouse is closed off to site visitors. However, it is fine discovered from outdoor anyway. The landmark sits at the southern tip of Mount Desert Island. Visitors can attain the lighthouse viewing platform through parking on the loose lot off Lighthouse Road in Base Harbor, after which on foot down a short, sloped path to Sea Stage. Travelers with restricted accessibility ought to be careful of the steep route and the regularly slippery stones of the viewing platform. Previous site visitors stated each sunrises and sunsets are wonderful right here. They additionally laud the platform's vicinity because it's the proper spot to witness organizations of dolphins and seals up close. However, with inside the top summertime season months, there may be regularly visitors congestion at the pressure to the lighthouse. So plan to reach early or take the Island Explorer, which drops passengers off a half-mile from the lighthouse. 6. Sand Beach. Sand Beach is packed with sharp shells, and its water not often warms above 55 ranges Fahrenheit. But nevertheless, that is the maximum famous of the park's beaches. Why? Because the perspectives right here are outstanding. Sandwiched among partitions of stable crimson granite, and surrounded through towering evergreens, the about 900 feet lengthy coastline isn't your common seashore. When you are now no longer admiring the perspectives from the shore, do not forget trekking up the Great Head Trail for a fair higher vantage factor. This path, which begins off evolved on the Japanese stop of the seashore, has ascending granite steps that begin at the bottom of the cliffs. Once you get to the pinnacle, you will experience wonderful perspectives of the seashore and be capable of Spot the Beehive, a mountain that draws skilled hikers. 7. Carriage Roads. The Carriage Roads are a 57-mile lengthy community of paved paths created and funded through John D. Rockefeller Jr. from 1913 to 1940 over the route of the 27-year undertaking. Rockefeller hand-designed the trails to spotlight the fine surroundings the park needed to offer, circling round Jordan Pond, Eagle Lake, and Mount Desert Island. After a weatherproofing and modernizing undertaking with inside the 1990s, the carriage roads reopened to the public. The roads are excellent for the ones on bikes, horses, and inline skates who need to discover a number of Acadia's greater rustic areas. And not like maximum different trails, the carriage roads are saved open with inside the iciness to be repurposed as snowboarding and snowshoeing routes. Recent vacationers stated a stroll or motorcycle trip right here truly permits site visitors to realize the splendor of Acadia, and lots have extraordinarily advocated making plans a fall go to simply to peer the wonderful foliage. Many additionally endorse reserving a horse-drawn carriage trip alongside the paths for an unforgettable revel in. Make certain to order a gap early though, as they refill quickly. If you need to keep away from the crowds, reviewers endorse you get on the street early and try and go to on a weekday. 8. Precipice Trail. The Precipice Trail is one of the maximum worthwhile hikes with inside the park, so long as you've got the heart to try it. The challenging 2-mile spherical ride route has site visitors scrambling up the aspect of Champlain Mountain through iron rungs and ladders constant to uncovered cliffs, interested in a scenic summit and remarkable view of Sand Beach. Unfortunately, the path is not one length suits all. Recent vacationers warned that the path is not well applicable for site visitors who are terrified of heights. If you are at the fence approximately whether or not you are up for the challenge, reviewers endorse you first strive tackling the Beehive Trail, a strenuous however shorter path at the park's east aspect, and to keep away from being caught at the back of fellow hikers, begin your climb early. 9. Thunder Hole, a raucous herbal phenomenon. This semi-submerged cave booms an hour or earlier than excessive tide. Waves fill the collapse one of these manner that the slapping is as loud as a thunderstorm. Consequently the name, and water can spray as some distance as 40 ft. So put on a poncho in case you need to live dry. To trap the massive boom, there may be in detail of luck, in addition to timing. Recent vacationers stated the fine time to go to is while the tides are changing. Visitors additionally warn that it is able to be hard for people with mobility problems to experience because the rocks may be uneven. However, folks that cannot make the descent can nevertheless see and pay attention the waves. If you mission outdoor of the viewing platform, which incorporates a railing and stage steps, stroll carefully. The rocks will possibly be moist and slippery. When you are now no longer admiring the wonderful show, take a second to take with inside the perspectives. You will spot Schoodic Peninsula with inside the distance, Sand Beach to left, and Otter Cliff to the east. 10. Otter Cliff, another traditional forestall alongside the Park Loop Road. Otter Cliff is a large 110 feet excessive granite precipice with one of the maximum breathtaking ocean perspectives at the east coast. Be cautious now no longer to fall off the ledge as you burst via the spruce bushes that cap the precipice. In the summertime season, you will see adventurous rock climbers scrambling up the granite, and whale pods spouting off the shore. In the fall, large flocks of geese acquire right here with inside the waves earlier than migrating south for the iciness. Recent site visitors stated a forestall here is a need to for the perspectives alone. However, in addition, they factor out that Otter Cliff is a lot much less crowded than a number of the park's different pinnacle spots like Sand Beach. Travelers stated the shortage of crowds made their go-to in particular peaceful. Otter Cliff is available through Park Loop Road or Spherical, and is placed much less than a mile south of Thunder Hole. If you are already at Sand Beach, you may take the ocean path all of the manner to Otter Cliff. You also can get right here through the Loose Island Explorer Shuttle Route No. 3. Sand Beach, Blackwoods, stops right here. If you make a decision to pressure, you will discover a parking region throughout the street from the cliff.